We're back with the Zeji total conversion, the game, currently. This is the second mission's video. Second video. Woo-hoo. I just wanted to point out, I didn't really notice this ever, but this thing's hands, that's what we're seeing. I thought these were like shoulder pads or something for armor, and the rest of the model just wasn't rendering or something, or like wasn't a part of this. Holy moly, man. That looks pretty bad. Like, this is a bit more respectable. Obviously not nearly the same level of detail as Artanis over there, but this is bad. Oh, man. I respect the effort, because, again, this is like 2002. But somebody really should have told these guys how to animate stuff, how to model stuff to begin with. I think the animations are pretty whatever. At least the fire sort of looks like fire. Let's head into the Stormriders. Map 2. Zeji flagship Nemesis. High orbit over the planet Kefin. That was the planet we were on. Outlying Armada stronghold. Should be planet Kiefer. That's what I make with eggs. Or that's what I make eggs with. Commander, your ability to process your knowledge quickly is impeccable. Welcome to the game. We are the three who lead the Zeji Armada. In order to produce the most capable commanders, we decided to pit you fresh bloods in a competition against each other. As you bring more victories to your team, your prestige will rise, but the challenge will increase as well. Well, you may have defeated my Cerebrate back then, but this time your opponent will be two more Cerebrates who have proven themselves as cunning as you. Alright, Zax, dude, you got like 5 animation frames, so I don't even want to talk to you. This time the scenario is an island siege. The goal is not to raise the opposing bases, but rather to kill a designated warrior, predetermined by ourselves. Protect this unit while slaying those of the opposing armies. In this scenario, you will be provided Stormriders and Hellslayers, led by Stormrider Talos. Or, I probably said Stormriders. Stormriders and Hellslayers. Talos is stronger than normal Stormriders and will be extremely useful in warding off drops. However, your opponents are Scar and Nadash, a Lurker type and Ghost type, respectively. Their abilities are far beyond the company they keep. Go now, Commander. Prove to us your worth by living up to your heritage. So, kill Scar, kill Nadash, Talos must survive. The first mission was very much a filler-type mission, in my estimation. Felt like, you know, oh, you're doing this shit for the sake of, you know, you're getting this shit done for the sake of, like, you know, whatever. We gotta have a tutorial mission, like, obligatory tutorial mission. Now I'm expecting to get into the meat and potatoes of the campaign, where we will have a serious mission on our hands, a bit more of a challenge. Greetings, Commander, I am Talos. I hope we can work together and destroy these mongrel beasts. Mongrel beasts, my man. Oh yes, Commander, there is one more thing you ought to know. Zax likes to cheat. Be ready for anything. Yes, Zax is quite the cheater. I remember he activates a cheat code or something later on, so we better be, like he says, we better be ready for anything. I'm going to start out with +1, and then we'll work on getting our various upgrades and such. I believe there's going to be like cannons over here. I remember being useful down here, and then we should be able to fend off everything else. Okay, I gotta get it. I have to become adept at dealing with really bad voice acting. This mineral field is inaccessible, so that's gonna be a problem. I always remember not having too much money in this mission. Now I remember why, or know why. I never observed that before. And sooner or later, I'm going to get to the point where I don't really remember anything. I think there's a base down here and up here. Full disclosure, for when I do remember stuff, I'm just going to say it out loud. So sort of spoiling the experience for people who like to watch stuff where the player doesn't actually know what's going on. But at the same time, we're going to get there eventually. My memory is not that great. So I'm just going to go for a cryolab immediately, and then my next investment will be a compactor so that I can start getting gas. We're going to get some mechalisks early on. If we're still fighting against Zerg, as I expect, based on the fact that the briefing mentioned twin Cerebrates, we will definitely be in need of the AoE provided by the mechalisks, which I think is like a better investment of our early minerals and such than bothering with too many cannons, because a mobile army will be able to cover all flanks, as opposed to cannons where you invest the money and then it's useless because you can't do anything with it. So we have enough melee with these Hellslayers. They deal like 36 damage per hit or something. Yeah, so they're pretty pretty fucking good. Can't obviously get any Mechalisks right now, so I guess we'll just invest in a temple over here. And I probably should be scouting out a little bit more, no matter how much I think I know from my past experiences. I mean, we basically have full vision of everything just at the beginning, but as you can see, my workers are trying to get to this one, and it's really fucking with their AI, so I'm probably just gonna hold off on building anything else for the time being, any future workers, and then we'll just find another expansion early on. So I have to get a stellar accelerator for the what's it called? For the shuttle replacement, whatever it is. I'm gonna grab a shield battery here. It's an interesting graphic because it keeps the shield battery, the central icon of the shield battery, and then it or like the central, not icon, but like the part of the graphic, and then it wraps around it a little bit differently. I don't know if the lore around the Zeji is that they're like built off of Protoss tech or not, but still a neat little aspect. So we already have +1 weapons, which gives us quite the advantage. Storm Lance. Okay, so yeah, I mean I think we're doing pretty well here. The fact that we're still not being attacked almost makes me think that the map is broken or something, but I'm pretty sure it's fine. Let's put another cannon down over here. Oh, no, we're almost to the point where we can get another Mechalisk, so we're just going to invest in that. The only other place, I'm going to put like one cannon here and one cannon down here, just to like buttress the fact that I don't really know where to expect enemies from. But otherwise, you know, after those cannons are in place, I guess I'll just start investing in that stellar accelerator, which is 250, 150, yeah. And I don't really think we need to bother with the combat altar just yet, because that just, all that offers us is, well, I guess it gives us access to the Pit of Inferno, which will let us get this stuff. So we're going to need it eventually, but I'm not super convinced that we need it just yet. Also, I think maybe the unit dimensions or something is off here. Yeah, because the unit's going under it. So that should be something that could be addressed, but nobody's actively maintaining this project. So unfortunately, all my feedback, would-be feedback for RazorClaw, is going to fall on deaf ears unless he decides to get back into the modding scene. But nothing he does here with all the custom graphics. Like, good luck trying to get all this stuff to work on what's it called, remastered. So I doubt there's too many people who would be interested in really updating it. But if you are interested in updating it, obviously you can reach out to me and ask me for anything specific, any help you might need. In general, I feel like this is a pretty solid foundation, but ultimately, I think the units, for one, the balance is really off. For another, the races could feel a bit more well-acquainted or well-managed, so that they're a little bit different. Ha! Look, Cabal, see how your commando handles this with ease. Oh yeah, let's check out our anti-air attack. Oh, it's just a single shot, single missile. Well, that was piss easy. That was like 3 Hydras or something. Okay, here we go. A little bit more. That's fine. No problem. Can't believe we lost a structure. Yeah, Mechalisk anti-air range is not very great. Definitely could be better in that respect. Can we also get observers? No, we can't get anything, can we? We can get bio-attenuators. Whatever the fuck that is. Let's grab the combat altar. We're going to need it for later on. I don't know what's wrong with my keyboard. Maybe it's just the person who's using the keyboard. Oh, this has the same sound set as the warrior. A little strange.
Smell your terror.
I remember these units moving a lot faster. I wonder what changed. Anyways, so the blue guys are over here and the brown guys are down here, I guess. And again, we don't have to wipe out all of their units or structures or whatever. We just have to destroy their... do we really need that? Probably not. We just have to destroy their main unit. So now that I have this Triton, this air unit, let's make this battle a little more interesting. Oh, here's the cheat code. Thanks, Zax. Pretty sure this there's like a bunch of air units that get spawned in or something. Talos the Destroyer! And I hide my Triton to make sure that nothing bad happens. Ah, here we go. These are peculiar looking units. I don't know about that. Well, they died. Horrible deaths. Why don't you hop in here? We're gonna start moving around here. Let's grab that bio attenuator, I guess. I'm not used to the hitboxes yet. Some of the stuff looks a little bigger than it actually is, gameplay-wise. Grab a Pit of Inferno! I guess another cloning facility. I don't know about this graphic. Not 100% sure yet. Oh, shit! Well, we tried to expand. Didn't work. Put some shields in you. There we go. Classic. Okay, well, I guess we'll get that leg speed because we're going to get some warriors out pretty soon here, but... Where's my Triton? Here it is. Ah! Some mutas attacking from the north. We'll take care of those pretty easily here. They've been kissed. I don't know what that means, but sure. I'm just going to build the temple a little bit further up here so I have more power. Oh, we've been ensnared about 10 million times. Classic. Okay, so we're getting Triton speed. Is it just called gravitic drive? Yeah, it is. Illusory haze. Yeah, and there's no custom spells either, or really... The closest thing to a custom behavior we have is like the Mechalisk attack. Everything else is pretty basic. Kind of a shame, if you ask me. Why don't we send a couple of these units? Alright, thanks for smelling my terror. I hope it smells good. We'll just keep going there. And then we're just going to send this Triton over there. We'll leave those units there to guard it as well. We can make some more Mechalisks while we're waiting. Although that's obviously going to stop us from being able to afford a Nexus right out the gate. Hey, at least these mineral fields are winding down. Ah. Holy shit. Those, oh, well, I guess it's just a carbon copy of the probe, so I shouldn't really be super surprised. What upgrades were completed? That was shields. Okay. Also, notably, our workers heal, which is strange. So do we want more gas or minerals? I think more minerals. We can just pump out warriors and like more mineral efficiency when mining. I don't mind prioritizing that. Send the Triton back home. Almost done with the gravitic drive there. And now that we have a Pit of Inferno, we can get level 2 ground weapons and armor and shields. Obviously, we can also warp in some Hell Slayers, which I think I will do. Get one. You thought you could rest on your laurels. Think again. Is there more cheating this time? I vaguely remember one of these airwaves being particularly difficult, especially since you don't really know what the units do the first time through. Oh yeah, this is the one that's psychotic. Thankfully you can storm it, but still pretty psycho. These mantas don't even have... They're built off of a unit that doesn't normally support health or something? Health selection? That should be easy enough to fix with Firegraph, but I'm not 100% sure how you would do it. Unfortunately, our expansion seems to have fallen. Combined mights. That's really gay. I even left guards there for that particular reason. So a lot of these waves are spawned in, which is... I mean, you guys already know how I feel about that stuff. Pretty lame. Oh, I couldn't cancel it in time. Let's find my Pit of Inferno and get Psystorm. Can't keep relying on Talos' mana here. Let's just put one of those down. I also remember the Terran replacements, the Mechani. They have this medic unit that also has an attack. And if you know anything about the way that orders work in StarCraft, that's not usually a recipe for success. Look at all these mineral fields that are just sat here with no mining. We've got so many... Okay, finally, we'll have full mining efficiency for a while, so we'll get a bit of a boost of income for the time being. I don't know what that means, man. You gotta really be careful when you ask me questions like that. I'm just going to say yes, and then I'll suddenly end up dying. So right now we're pretty low on money, on minerals, especially after our failed expansion attempt. Not really 100% sure how to proceed here. I feel like I should have observers or some way to like properly scout around, but I guess with our faster Tritons we can see what we can do. So here's the base. It doesn't seem too protected against the land assault, so I guess we should be able to. Jesus Christ. I guess we should be able to handle it pretty easily. We'll just slap a couple of units down. Now we have Psystorm now. We have some Mechalisks. I'm trying to think of what else we might need. I guess I'll just get a Hellslayer and another Stormrider, and we'll try that. Obviously, we need another Triton too. It's risky to do this without having enough. Excuse me. For expansion attempts or whatever. Obviously, we have enough income potential left over that we should be able to handle it just fine. But still. So there's really not a whole lot of there's not a whole lot of threat from the attacks. It's really just when they spawn their shit in that
The time to awaken has
we could theoretically be beaten back in some capacity. So let's go ahead and replace our cannons from there in a bit more of a defensible position. We'll keep Talos over there at home for defense. Seems a familiar role for the heroes. And we should be able to just, I think, use this raiding party with, like, the 2 Tritons. We'll make some more Mechalisks, and we'll ferry them over afterwards. But I think this landing party should be good enough. And by this point, we'll have, like, 4 storms between all of these guys, I think. So, and we have 3 Stormriders, and I'm sure we'll have enough. Just waiting on this 1 Triton. I could wait for ground weapons level 2 as well, but I feel like it's not really super necessary. Though we will soon find out, I'm sure.
You must construct additional pylons.
Wow, we are. What a psychotic voice sample. Can't believe we're actually supply block here. Well, I guess we'll just order up air armor. Not that we super... Well, maybe we'll conserve it. Who knows? Okay. So, we can just make landfall. Oh, being attacked. We'll just move our units up here. It's a little schizophrenic, but it's fine. These guys move pretty fast. I'm just trying to find a proper... I have no time for you heathen dogs. Be gone! Alright. Listen. I'm not named in the dash. Ah! Okay, let's just send these things home. Ah! Well, it's a good thing that Necron ran into the storm like a mongoloid. Okay. Let's, of course, see... As, Oh, he's focusing down our casters, of course he is. What an asshole. Bah, that Terran Ghost was weaker than I imagined. Oh, I guess we got him with all the AoE and the storms. Pretty good. Okay, well, that was all we needed. Wow. I love assassination game modes, and by love I mean I think they're kind of weird. Why is these wireframes are so fucked? Anyways, we'll just keep rolling. We apparently don't need to expand. If that's any indication. So there's yellow? I guess yellow is spawned in? Because I don't think there's a yellow AI on this map. I'm pretty sure the last guys are blue. I guess I'll scout around. It's probably better to scout around with the Triton that doesn't have units inside. What do you guys think? I just wanted to get a grip on what the map is. What it's like. So there's an expansion down here, presumably with some burrowed units. I think there's an expansion down here. It's probably up here. Okay, dude. You need to calm the fuck down. All these dead Terran doodads, rather, seems a little out of place. Given the fact that we've never seen Terrans yet. I am Scar. Shall we begin? Listen, I can't even see you, buddy.
We shall never be stopped.
Apparently they have access to hive tech. So I don't know where he was exactly, but we should be able to land right about here. Hey, get in. Amazing. Yeah, I figured that there was an attack being prepared since they were morphing units. Oh. This is not good. Oh. Okay, well. That's fine, actually. Just come back over here. Everything's fine. Amazing. Well, that was a fucking farce and a half. Ah! Destroyed. Alright, well, we lost everything, so that's pretty unfortunate. Really? Oh, fucking asshole. I guess we gotta put everybody in here. Let's make sure we're on the up and up. Jesus Christ. Well, I was not expecting all the infested Terrans. I wonder... I guess that's more in... tacit explanation of where the Terrans came from, or where they went, I guess. They were infested by Zerg. Completely reasonable, of course. Truly an N.
My lord, you've not enough minerals.
I used this graphic that Talos has for Hybrid in a really old campaign that I made. And I think it works out okay. They're parasiting my fucking workers. Pretty nice. Oh, we have another Mechalisk over here. Perfect. We're +2. I think we're okay here. It's just a matter of getting the right number of units. I guess we should put these in the healthier Triton. We'll just take this one in. I don't know what that means. I still don't have... I have no fucking clue. Alright, we're just about there with the Hellslayer rounds. 2 more of these. Get in. Yes, you have been awoken. You got it, buddy. Okay, so hopefully we've gotten rid of the infested Terrans that are in the area. Yeah. Alright, relax. Whoa! They have a lot of lurkers. Well, that fucking sucks my ass. I don't think these guys have an auto-attack behavior. Wow, this is some real shit, dude. We just can't catch a break. We have no other units that we can build either, so we're kind of stuck here. I guess we'll just mass Mechalisks and see how it plays out. Because their biggest threats are the... wow, that's pretty disgusting. Their greatest threats against us are definitely the infested Terrans, and I guess the lurkers, but the Mechalisks move fast enough. Thanks for the ensnare, I really appreciate it. So this is what I mean about the photon cannons. Like, imagine if I hadn't built so many of these. I would have had more resources at my disposal for other things. But I'm pretty sure we can win on this try. I'll bring the hero along with us just in case. And we'll see what we can do. Definitely underestimated blue compared to how easy brown was to siege. Maybe there's like an easier spot if we like dump some shit down here, we wipe out this sunken colony. I don't know, it's obviously impossible for me to know for sure. And we were able to save a Stormrider as well. So that's something. What is in here? Besides Scourge. I don't even know where this guy is. Oh, okay, he is right there. I think he's, he attacks without burrowing. I'm pretty sure, because that's like the default behavior for units like that. Alright, we're gonna get this last Mechalisk and then we'll be on our merry way. Yeah, the way, if it works, or the way that I think it does anyways, lurkers, non-lurker unit IDs can't attack while borrowed. Like, it's a hard-coded thing set to just the lurker. And so anytime you have a hero lurker or some unit that uses the lurker graphic or something, even if you give it the lurker weapon, it'll just attack like normal. I did something similar in that campaign that I was talking about, that I used Taelus's graphic, the Stormrider graphic, for. I had a hunter-killer version of a lurker, and it could just attack while unburrowed. And then I was like, oh, I don't know how to fix that, so I guess that's its hero ability. Back in my, what would you call them? My autistic years? As if those ever went away. Okay, let's party. We're getting broodlinged. Classic. Oh, Talus has been killed, apparently. Okay, bye. Okay, we're back. I replayed the whole thing. I just opted to kill the bottom right guy as soon as possible, as opposed to fucking around with anything else. I think we should be able to just chase the Scourge back. Bye. I don't know why these units, for whatever reason, guard units like that, they just pursue until death, which is a little weird. I have another control group of units here. I guess I'll start building some more... Really? I don't know what's up with that. Holy shit, these units must have like really large collision sizes or something. Yeah, I'll just do one for now. Where were my transports? And... okay, he's fine. Not bringing him with me this time, but we'll try the same spot as we did before. Fucking Scourge are right here again. Oh my god. He's dead. Oh, he's almost dead. He's dead! We won! Bye! Very impressive to kill the advanced lurker. Not really. Congratulations, competitor. This day is won. Surely you have proven yourself more than worthy to fight insignificant Zergs such as these. It is time to advance to the third stage of the game. We could have gotten level 3 upgrades in the second mission, which is a little advanced, in my opinion. Wow, that looks pretty good. Maybe there should be a longer wait in that ice script or something. I don't know if you don't have that many frames to it. Anyways, final thoughts on that mission. Definitely could have been... the player definitely could have had more tools. Obviously, the AI was playing a very different game. This Kraken brood was just having its stuff spawned in. As you can see, it had no base or anything as far as I could tell. I scouted out a pretty big portion of the map, so I'm pretty sure it had no secret hidden base somewhere. And certainly the units that were building did not seem like they were Zerg. So the spawns, not a fan of. I think that when you build your Nexusers, or I guess when you just bring a building to those expansion locations, it triggers a bunch of spawns. That's my best guess. Definitely didn't like that. I feel like the AI should just be scripted to accept additional targets when you have an expansion, or just target stuff dynamically, so like the AI typically does. So I'm pretty sure that since there's no custom AI or anything, the basic attack prepare commands from the AI would have eventually targeted my expansions, and I would have been punished for not staffing them appropriately, right? Those yellow units were obviously not owned by an AI in the same way, because they just patrolled to my expansion and then fucked off, right? We never saw them again, so a little strange. And I think that sieging an island base is not very fun, especially Blue with his air focus where he has Mutas and Scourge, when you don't have any units to combat that yourself. So it doesn't, like, if I could get a Stargate or something and pump out some Scouts and Corsairs, then I would understand it a little bit more. Corsairs wouldn't even be necessarily... You wouldn't necessarily have to have the Corsair unit. That's mostly just, like, you know, some way to engage the air units that are guarding against my transport's landing. Especially since they have to accept damage from spore colonies in 99% of cases, at least for against Blue. So Blue is more of a problem. Obviously, killing heroes seems a little gimmicky. And, of course, the way that they were actually... You fought them. It reminds me a lot of that boss battle that we fought in the third mission, I think, of... Or no, it was the second mission of... Shit, I forgot the campaign's name. It's a really long one. Palancron Concordance. The Dragoon boss battle, where the way that you won was just locking down the boss over and over again. It was really silly, and so yeah, something like that was certainly a little goofy. So there you have it. That's it. That's the end of the recording. Hope you guys enjoy.